From Washington, D.C., it is a great joy to welcome Raja Dean. Please go ahead, Raja Dean.
Thank you, Dr. Swan. I thought today that I would talk about some comments that Maharishi had made regarding the movement going forward that I thought it would be helpful to share with everyone, as I think it is a message that's important for everyone to hear. I had a private conversation with Maharishi, as many of the Rajas had an opportunity to do over the years, and I asked Maharishi what would be important to remember going forward. And he knew what I was asking at the time. And he said, the most important thing for people to remember going forward was that practice makes perfect. And he went on to explain that simply doing the program, simply practicing our meditation every day was of the utmost importance. And it was through practice that we perfect those deeper levels of consciousness within ourselves. And Maharishi went on to explain that it's a matter of becoming familiar with these deeper levels of consciousness through our practice, that it's a matter of becoming at home with it, a matter of absorbing that level and becoming that, and that all that was necessary was practice. And he said, slowly, 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 and then all of a sudden, one becomes enlightened. And he used the analogy of going into the cave. As we often talk when we go into our meditative practice, we're going to the cave. And he mentioned that as we enter the cave, we're not always aware of the features of the cave because we haven't fully transitioned to adjust to its subtlety, to its softness, to that quality of silence in the cave. And so just by giving time to it, just by practicing, we give ourselves a chance to become adjusted to the subtleties of the cave. And that there are some finer values, there is some granularity to that silence. There are some very subtle, very soft features to it. And that as we begin to become much more aware of these finer values, we begin to bring those values fully into our awareness and our consciousness, and then we begin to be at home with them. And so this is the process. And then at some level, it's complete. And once it's complete, it's done. This was what Maharishi wanted everyone to remember going forward, was that practice makes perfect. And I asked Maharishi, was there anything else that he had wished for everyone to remember? And he said, remember to bring the knowledge to the children. He said that the children, particularly those now coming in, now that the grip of Kali Yuga has been broken, and we now have this sort of island or oasis within Kali Yuga of Sat Yuga that Maharishi and all of us have contributed to bringing to reality, that this is now providing an opportunity for very advanced souls to come in and to be born, particularly to meditative families and siddhas and governors, but also as well to others now that the environment has changed, that consciousness has been risen, and that all of what Maharishi has done has had such a tremendous effect with the pundits and everything. And so these children coming in will be of very fine nervous systems, some that were not able to be here earlier because of the grossness, the roughness of the environment, the roughness of the level of consciousness in the world. And now that has softened, these very advanced souls now can incarnate to receive Maharishi's knowledge. And he said, all that is necessary is that we bring the knowledge to the children. He said they will instantly know what to do with it. They will instantly understand it because they will be of that level. So once they are given the transcendental meditation technique, they will then be on the road to their own enlightenment, which will happen very rapidly. And the knowledge that Maharishi has provided in the legacy of tapes and everything that we have, they will understand. They will understand. So we just need to continue to make the knowledge available, particularly to the young people that are coming in. And we saw a lot of this emphasis, I think, with Maharishi, with the schools that have been developed, particularly in India, and his emphasis on developing them throughout the world, just to bring this knowledge to the children. And I asked Maharishi, I said, well, Maharishi, is it necessary that we have teachers who are fully enlightened to offer this knowledge to the children? And he said, no, the children will know it, just that we provide the knowledge in its pure form. That's all that was needed. He said now, those teachers who are practicing and perfecting the knowledge within themselves, who are perfecting their program, and that was his first point, they will become enlightened. And as they do, it will accelerate everything. It will make everything go faster. But it wasn't a requirement to the development of the children coming in. And that Maharishi's legacy will last for hundreds and hundreds of years and many, many generations into the future. And as it unfolds, it will provide the basis for Sat Yuga for thousands of years. And the enlightenment of us, of all of us, the meditators, the siddhas, the governors, the teachers, will accelerate it and bring it forth in its fullness sooner. And then as we spoke further, I had this feeling and this notion that consciousness is unbounded, something Maharishi has always said, but in a different sense. Maharishi's consciousness was unbounded. We all felt that. We all knew that. And it knows no boundaries whatsoever. And in this way, Maharishi is stronger now than he ever was, and I think we all feel that in our hearts. And so with this, I ask you remember, practice makes perfect. Bring the knowledge to the children. Enlightenment accelerates it, and consciousness is unbounded. Jai Gurudev.